Hello guys, I'm back. And in this video, we're going to unpack how you can stop caring what other people think about you and become your best self in the process. Something about me is that I have never cared since I literally got out of the womb what other people thought about me. And the ability to not care what other people think about you doesn't necessarily need to come from a place of arrogance, but rather believing that nobody's opinion is going to help you shape your dream life. Because nobody knows what's best for you besides you. So you have to trust yourself and your opinion. Additionally, not caring doesn't necessarily mean you need to be a cold person, but you have to stop giving emotional energy to things that are outside of your control. For example, what other people think and how other people behave. You cannot control anybody besides yourself. So what your goal should be is learning to care about becoming your best self, but not for the purposes of impressing other people. The person that you should care about impressing is yourself. Next thing, if you want to stop caring about what other people think about you, you have to be confident. And confidence comes from trusting yourself. And if you're like, okay, well, I don't trust myself, that's okay. How you can start trusting yourself is by starting to make micro promises that you keep. So start small with the promises that you want to make to yourself. For example, this week, I am not going to let dishes build up in my sink. Then by the end of the week, if you kept that promise to yourself and your sink is clear, then you start to build up trust and say, you know what, I can keep promises to myself. Or for example, I'm going to read 5 pages of a book every second day. And if you keep doing this and you keep keeping those promises that you make to yourself, well, you can then start striving bigger. Say, I'm going to finish writing my manuscript by the end of the month. And if you trust yourself, well, you're going to end up keeping that promise to yourself and getting shit done. And when you start sticking to things, even if they're super tiny, you're going to get a dopamine hit. And if you have ADHD like myself, well, then that is a great thing because our brains do not get dopamine easily. When you start keeping the promises you make to yourself, you're going to sit there one day and be like, damn, I actually did what I said I would. And you're going to feel good. And when you feel good, then you're going to end up feeling confident. And when you're confident, you're going to stop caring what other people think about you. All of these things go hand in hand. The next thing you gotta do is start talking to yourself as if you are your own best friend. This is going to sound a little bit delusional, and I get that, okay? But I talk to myself in the third person. I also journal in the third person. I say, Simona did a really good job at X. Simona is going to keep the promises she makes to herself. Simona is going to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow because Simona wants to improve herself. Obviously, don't let anybody read your journal if you start doing this, or you might get sent to the 3rd floor of the hospital. But everybody's gotta start somewhere. And it's going to feel a little bit weird at first, but I promise you, it really helps. And I know some people think it's weird to be your own best friend, but how many times have you been in a huge group of people, for example, but you still feel completely alone and you would rather just be at home? And I know for me, this literally happens all the time. And that just proves that just because you're surrounded by people doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna feel less alone. So your main goal should be learning how to feel comfortable and happy while you're just in your own presence. Because you're the only person that you're guaranteed to be with forever. Next point is you gotta remember that 99% of the time, other people are actually just thinking about themselves. So if you, for example, have an oral presentation and you end up messing up a few of your lines, you might think about this for the next 3 weeks. I'm such a loser. I'm so embarrassing. I can't believe I pronounced my name wrong up on that big stage in front of all those people. Yeah, that happened to me. But just because I thought about that moment for 3 weeks doesn't mean everybody in that audience did. They might have thought about it for 2 or 3 seconds after my presentation or during it, but after that, they're back to their own routines and thinking about themselves. And once you realize this, all these external pressures start to slowly dissolve. And eventually, you're gonna be able to just exist without giving a F. I'm not gonna swear in this video. I actually think I said the S word earlier, but who remembers that? Probably not you or me, because once again, that was 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna end this video with a task for you to start building up that confidence and that I don't GAF energy, which is to start doing something you wouldn't regularly do. So for example, tomorrow maybe wear a shirt that you think is super embarrassing to wear in public. Or try to, get that exposure rejection therapy. Go up to somebody in a cafe and tell them that you think they're attractive and ask for their number. The more you start doing these crazy things, even if you get rejected, well, you're gonna build up confidence because you're gonna say, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. That took so much confidence. Then you're gonna feel happy, you're gonna get that dopamine hit, and then you're gonna become more confident over time. And I'm gonna end this video off with one of my favorite quotes. If you only try to be better in life to please other people, all you're doing is giving up your own free will. So that is why you should only care most about your opinion of yourself. And that brings me to the end of this video. If you made it this far, please make sure to leave a like, comment, save, and or subscribe to my channel. It means so much. And if you have any questions for me, please leave them down in the comment box below. Hope you guys have a great day. And if you don't believe in yourself just yet, know that I believe in you. Mwah. Y'all have all got this. Confidence will come with time. And I promise you in due time, you're gonna have that IDGAF energy, just like me, too. Slay, guys.